information. You can also post questions. I just heard we are recording the meeting. Zoom AI is also recording, taking notes for us that we will send out as we get those organized a little bit later. And as always, you can get the information from Roundtable on the Gateway Scouting Roundtable website, including this slideshow with all of the links. Okay, with that being said, we will start with our opening. So if you could please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag
of the United
United
States of
States of
America
America,
and
to
to the
republic
republic
for which
for
it
which it
stands,
stands, one
one
nation,
nation,
under God, indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty
to
and justice
justice
for
for
all.
all.
Two. All right, thank you. We are still looking for units that want to send us recordings of them leading the Pledge of Allegiance for Roundtable. So please be sure to, if you're interested in having your unit do that, get in touch with me, get us a video, and we can use that to start our meetings. All right, so this month in Scouting history, this is where Cub Scouts began. So back in December of 1916, the Wolf Cubs
That's
program officially began in the United States. And this is a program that actually began in England. It was supported by Baden-Powell, and it began in 1916. It hit the United States, and later the Cub Scouts officially became Cub Scouts in 1930. So I'm very happy that that program began opportunities for our younger youth. Okay, as I mentioned, our topic this month is cold weather camping and other outdoor activities. And before we get into those activities, we got to think a little bit about safety, especially some special considerations in the cold weather. So Chester's going to talk to us a little bit about frostbite and hypothermia.
All right. Well, thank you. So one thing to remember when you're out camping is, of course, to take along extra warm clothes and dry clothes, so that if you do get wet or your scouts get wet, that they have something to change into to get out of those wet clothes. If they were to, excuse me, if they were to get wet, make sure that they get out of the wind, out of, if you can get them into a warm place, that would be great. Even a shelter like a tent or something like that would be enough to keep the wind off of them and to help them to start warming up. Warm fluids would be helpful, not hot. And then the other thing to watch for is frostbite. So frostbite, most susceptible areas are those exposed to the air. So nose, fingers, toes, cheeks, ears, those kinds of areas to watch for. Now, if those areas, if like you notice a kid and their cheeks are starting to get kind of waxy looking, really red and rosy, or the fingers, you can see there, the fingers are starting to look a little swollen. Those are things that you need to watch for. Now, what happens with frostbite is that the fluid inside of the cells actually turns to crystals. So what you don't want to do is to rub those areas, which will break those crystals, which will also break the cell wall. So what you want to do is you want to gently hold their hands with your warm hands, or put them in warm gloves. Uh, cool water. You don't want anything more than tepid water to put their hands in. You want those hands and or feet or whatever to warm slowly, so that those ice crystals don't break the cell walls. Um, if you suspect that your scout or yourself have frostbite, you should go and be seen in emergency rooms just to be evaluated, so that you don't have further damage from any of those uh, injuries. If you have any questions about what further things to do with either frostbite or hypothermia, please send me an email, and we can talk more about that. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Chester. Good information. Okay, this month we are inviting or welcoming Erica Rasmussen, who is the environmental education specialist at the Genoa National Fish Hatchery. And we've invited her to talk to us about some of the activities and opportunities there, especially some things coming up in the winter that might be of interest for scouts and our families to do. So, Erica, I think I saw you were on. Are you with us?
Yes, I'm here, Matt. Thank you for having me.
Hello,
Can you,
welcome.
can you, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of getting over a cold, so I have a little stuffy nose, so I apologize. Um, can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, Wonderful. Well, we would love for you guys to come out and join us. I know, Matt, you brought your scouts one of the years out to the hatchery. We have the Genoa National Fish Hatchery is over 200 acres with 20 ponds. So we're actually on both sides of Highway 35, which is the Great River Road. You are able to travel around all of the ponds, walking and driving around each of those all year round, dawn till dusk. We're open. We have a new building that opened in June of 2018. That's called the Great River Road Interpretive Center, and that's where my office is in there. That one is the educational piece, part of our why we're there as the hatchery. We started in 1932. So the hatchery, that building, there's 2.5 levels. So there's a aquarium that's a 1,600 gallon tank, featuring some of the fish that we have on station. We also have an upland stream, like kind of an open tank that I usually bring classes down, and you can hold a live lake sturgeon. The kids get to see those. We raise around 40 to 60,000 lake sturgeon a year that get traveled all over the United States. So some wonderful things to do is get a tour. You can come and tour anytime. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 3. On our busy season, which is usually around April, May till about October, we are open on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, 11 to 3. So if we have special things like this, I know scouts, I think we did that at a different time at night. We can accommodate for different programs if we do something on the weekend or a night, that we can work with you with scheduling a tour if that works best. As you can see in the picture there, we have an accessible floating dock that you can come and feed the fish. We have a little gumball machine. You put quarters in and you can feed the rainbow trout. They're always hungry. So some of our fun winter activities that we have is our kids ice fishing day. That's coming up. That's our first Saturday in February. So that's February 7th. We have sign up about 8:45 till about noon, where kids, we try to range it towards kids that are 5 to 12 years old. And you can come with your whole family. We would love everyone to participate. We have the poles, the bait, and everything. You just come. One of the ponds will be completely freezed over. We'll drill all of the holes. We'll do a little ice fishing safety tip beforehand, and then the kids can come and get their poles, and each kid can take home 3 rainbow trout. And then we have a little light lunch with coffee and hot chocolate. But also new, I had it last year. We didn't have as much snow. So this year, I'm really excited that we have a lot of snow, is that we have snowshoes. So you and your family can go on our little hiking trail and go snowshoeing. So it's just a free program. You just check them out. You can go hiking along the trails there, and then just return them when you're done. I have them for all different sizes, for young kids to older adults. And so that will be going on during our ice fishing day. But right now, you can come to the hatchery anytime, Monday through Friday, to check out the snowshoes during that time. They just have to stay on the hatchery grounds. So those are some fun winter activities. But also, like I said, you can come and hike anytime all year round, and tours. Right now, we have about 1 million fish that we raise and take all the way to the Great Lakes, to New York, to Florida, to New Mexico. So we're traveling with all of those fish about the end of October, November. And so December's kind of our quieter month because we're doing maintenance and cleaning and getting everything ready. And we have new eggs coming in January already. So about mid-January, we'll have 100,000 rainbow trout eggs. So that's another great time to come and see all of the eggs, and they're starting to grow up. So we'd love to see you. I think there's my contact number was on there. Otherwise, you can just look up Genoa National Fish Hatchery. You can email me. You can call me anytime. That's my job, is to give tours. So I'd love to see you guys. And I have lots of different school groups. Also, there's volunteer opportunities. I really love kids to get hands-on experiences. So we tag lake sturgeon. We do that every August and September. So I get classrooms and they come out and tag fish. A lot of people say, at what age, what's the youngest? I would say probably around 7 years old. You know your kid. There is a little needle. The fish are really calm, and you just push it up gently to the needle, and you push a button, and that coated wire tag gets inserted into the fish. Otherwise, I have sorting fathead minnows, and that's kind of a fun activity as families come out, and that's usually in March. So if you're looking for opportunities or volunteer opportunities, let me know. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, Erica. It sounds like there's a lot of exciting things going on out at the fish hatchery and a lot of opportunities. So yes, Erica's information is there. You can jot it down, or again, check back at the website to see this slideshow if you need that. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Have a good night.
You as well. Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Okay, just a quick reminder that as you are out and about and doing some of these winter activities, if your unit, your pack, or your troop, it's open to both, spends 24 consecutive hours camping with temperatures going below freezing, you are eligible for the Gateway Area Polar Bear Award. And John Hanley is the one coordinating this. So unit leaders just need to email him or contact him to report if your scouts have qualified for this award. So go out there and get those polar bear awards. And this doesn't have to all be things that happen in council either. This can be anywhere that scouts do a 24-hour camp out. All right, our membership moment for this month has to do with renewals, unit renewals, member renewals. There are some updates this year, and as I mentioned earlier, there's a meeting directly after this meeting at 7:30. Just stay on the Zoom call if you have specific questions or need help with that with your unit, or if you've run into problems. There are a few important changes this year with unit renewals, specific to Scouts BSA. And so Kelly was going to tell us a little bit about that in his district report. So I'm going to turn it over to Kelly to talk about that.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, as of December 15th, there are now family troops, just like there are family packs, packs of boys and girls. Now we have troops of both boys and girls. Now, so basically, Scouts BSA will have boy troops, girl troops, and now the family troop. And there's the National put out a family troop decision guide, which is really informative as far as what you need to do if you want to convert. There's actually an intent to convert form you have to do, but they really stress that if you're going to convert from a boy troop or a girl troop to a family troop that allows both boys and girls, you have to, of course, get approval through your charter organization, get approval through your leaders, your parents, and of course your scouts itself. So that'll start December 15th, and when renewals start, Justin and I and Nikki, and we'll be out there and helping you if you want to. If you currently have a troop like a 515, and you want to convert them into one troop, we can help you do that. But that family troop decision guide is really, really informative as far as the steps that you need to go to convert. So as of December 15th, family troops are part of Scouts BSA.
All right, thanks, Kelly. That's an exciting change. For Cub Scouts, do we have any updates, any reports from the Cub Scout district?
And Kate, were you planning on sharing?
Yeah, I can share. So you'll be hearing about these events coming up, but we just wanted to share out with you that there's some really exciting things coming up. February 27th and 28th, there's going to be a Cub winter camporee. Um, there's a fee for it, but it's pretty nominal, about $40. And then something else that's coming up that's really exciting is in April, there's going to be a theater day with the La Crosse Community Theater. And it'll be both Scouts BSA and then Cubs will come in a little bit later, but it sounds like it's going to be an amazing opportunity for both BSA and Cubs. So that's April 18th. It has limited numbers, so keep it on your calendar so you can register. And then in the works is a program that has been called for to come back, which is the River Rats program. So we're trying to work on bringing it back, so stay tuned for details on that. Oh, and the Council Pinewood Derby also promises to be extra exciting this year.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Kate. Kelly, any updates from camp?
We're just gearing up for 2026. The we registrations are open, getting a lot of early registrations and site reservations from a lot of out of council troops that have never been there before, that have heard about it, or troops that are returning. It's really neat to see. We have one troop that's coming back that they said for every year for the past 20 years they've gone to a different camp, came to Camp Decorah last year, and then voted to come back this year, which is just kudos to the program and the amazing staff I have. So gatewayscouting.org, you on there and reserve your site because they're going fast. And also, speaking of staff, staff interviews will be December 30th at the Scout office. Right now, I'm going to start them at 9 a.m., but you'll get details for that next week. If you have CITs 14 to 15 years old, or if you have someone that's 15 years old and older that wants to be on a paid staff, let me know. We'll be sending out a form and get them signed up. So once again, sign up for camp. It's going to be a great time, and then staff interviews are going to be on December 30th.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Okay, we always like to put a spotlight on some of our youth success. So Eagle Scouts recently, we've got Adrian Hickerson from Troop 77 and Coleman Peterson from Troop 53. Congratulations to those scouts for earning their Eagle. Some cool looking projects there. Okay, lots of training opportunities coming up, both for adults and youth. And looking at, looks like we've got some data there that shows we could use some improvement with getting some adults their training. Do we have folks from the training committee that can highlight some of this? Scott, I know you were on. I don't know.
I'm here. I expect John probably isn't on, and I don't know if Lisa's on. If Lisa's on, cut me off. She's the chair. I don't know that there's much more to say, Matt, than what you said, but I think it is worth emphasizing that, yeah, we could do a little bit better. And the CST is pushing for, I think, I may have this wrong, but something like 50% trained in the areas that are listed here. You know, there's no question you've got to be trained in the Scout Safe program and so forth now. But all of these are keys to being a trained leader, and you know they're often 1 day or a day and a half program. You know, I like to point out that with our Scouts BSA leader position training, we do something in about 3 hours that they recommend for a whole day of time, but we do it by cutting out a lot of the games and stuff that aren't real critical. So I think we do our best to offer these things efficiently. have them. We try to offer them at times that are convenient. We offer scout leader training and ITOLs at camp. So please keep an eye on these things, and let's punch your tickets and get you fully trained.
All right, great. And Scott, I've got some time set aside in the Scouts BSA breakout if you want to highlight some stuff with NYLT.
Yeah, I didn't bring that up.
Yeah. So just to review, to be considered fully trained as an adult, you need to do your position-specific training and then your program outdoor training. So that's blue for Cubs and then ITOLs for Scouts BSA. And then everybody has to do hazard weather training as well.
Yeah,
okay.
Hazard is online.
Yeah. And of course, the protecting youth training that is required of everybody.
They won't register you now if you don't.
They won't let you stay on if you don't have that. All right. We've got, I think Dave Foy is on to talk a little bit about the religious award opportunity. Dave, are you with us?
Well, I'm here. I can talk about it. Probably
Okay.
here.
Hi, Rob.
Yes, this religious award opportunity, just a little bit of background. Our former council commissioner sat in on a couple of Eagle boards of review, and he found that some of the scouts had difficulty relating to the duty to God and a scout as reverend. And so he decided that we might try to give some of our scouts an opportunity to have a little more thoughtful experience about what that means, duty to God and country. And so he chose this God and Life Religious Award as something we might try. We've done one session with it. It's aimed, this particular one is aimed at 13 to 18-year-olds, so it's primarily to scouts. And it is a ecumenical Christian non-denominational award. It goes I think the first session that we've got planned for it is on January 8th. It runs for 3 months, including daily Bible reading and four sessions where we discuss some of the things that they've been exposed to in those Bible readings. And it primarily follows and deals with the life of Paul, the Apostle Paul, and some of the things that had happened to him and some of the revelations that he had in his experience, and takes from readings. A lot of the scripture readings are from a lot of the books that Paul wrote. Familiar with the letters to the Corinthians, for example, the letters that he wrote to Timothy, those were all written by Paul. And again, it's an opportunity for a scout to get a little bit greater appreciation or understanding what duty to God is, and what is a scout as reverend. There is a fee associated with it, $30, and the $30 covers the cost of the participant's workbook, as well as the award picture. You could that they are presented at the end of the 90-day, or might be a little bit longer than that, because we do have to do some follow-up after about a month after we finish our 90-day sessions. But and that can be presented at a troop meeting, for example. The ones that we did this last year were presented at a troop court of honor. So that's what it is, and that's why it's there. That's why it's being offered. Does anybody have any questions about it? All right. Well, I would encourage you to share this opportunity with your scouts. make them aware of it if you would, please. They do have to have a parent's approval to participate in this program. And I believe if you go out to the council website, you can in fact find a copy of that approval document. And again, it gives some of this background information so parents have an idea of what their daughter or son is going to be exposed to during these sessions.
Rob, I'd like to add a couple of comments.
Sure. There's Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hi,
Dave.
Yeah. The first of all, I just happened to look at the Scouts America has over 80 awards for all the various religions and programs supporting all of them. So although we've experienced the God and Life part of the program, there's a lot also available, and we can, one way or another, we can support any Scouts that wants to further develop their religious experience and exposure. One thing I like about this particular program is the way that we're offering it is gives the Scout an opportunity one-on-one to talk through the various activities and further develop their understanding of their own religion, what it means to them, and how it relates to the Scouting objectives. And so on. Rob, I don't know if you have any comments on that, but I think that it's an opportunity for the Scouts again to talk one-on-one separately about that and have some direct attention and to explore their feelings and understanding about that and get basically a little bit of coaching to help them develop their further religious understanding.
Dave is correct in that there are a lot of denominational related awards, and this particular one does not replace any of those. A Scout could earn this as well as, for example, maybe he's a Roman Catholic and they have an award. Maybe he's a Methodist and they have an award. But there are denominational awards, but this one we're being presented as a non-denominational award. On our last session, we had I think three Protestants and one Catholic in the four young men that we had in the program when we offered it a year ago.
And I would say that additionally, everyone that's been trained in Scouting methods know that Scouting does not directly teach any particular religious expressions, but it does support them. And in fact, that is recognized by all these various awards. And they're recognized in various awards, in particular, by how they reinforce what our Scout law and Scout oath look for in terms of how it reflects on the Scout's life and what religion means to it. So one way or another, I think, Rob, we can support any of those awards that anyone is interested in, any Scout is interested in pursuing. And again, this particular program is a different way for them to go about exploring that, which is somewhat different than the troop environment.
Again, this is a Christian oriented award. So if you've got maybe you've got a young man or a young lady in your troop that is of the Jewish faith, this would not necessarily coincide with what that particular religion teaches, or Hindu or Muslim, whatever. This is a Christian, but non-denominational Christian traditions are explored with this award.
But again, there are separate programs, awards for those other religions, over 80.
Yep, that's correct.
All right. Thank you, Dave and Rob, for that description. Good opportunity for Scouts coming up. Okay, moving on. There's a winter banquet coming up for OA. Justin, is this something that you wanted to highlight, or was there somebody else that?
We're potentially going to have some OA youth on. Are there any OA youth here at all?
Yes.
There we are. Go ahead and take it away.
Good evening, Scouters. My name is Maxwell Russell with the OA Lodge. I would like to inform all airmen about the upcoming annual banquet on January 4th. This year, it will be held at First Lutheran Church in Onalaska. There will be games, fellowship, a year in review, and things to look forward to in 2026. Weekly reminders will go out about the event. Please share this information with your troops. The more folks that we have in attendance, the merrier. There will even be a silent auction. We all look forward to seeing you all there. RSVP is online.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Okay, and there will be another Traded Up Merit Badge Day coming up in January. This was done for the first time, I believe, last year, and it was very successful. So it's happening again. Who's got this one?
Yeah, I can talk about this one. We're doing a new Trade Up Merit Badge Day this year with the new Wannick Center of Innovation that just opened up in August over at WTC in La Crosse. Amy and I had the chance to tour the facility and meet with them last week. Originally, we were planning on the day to be on Martin Luther King Day when we know a lot of people have off school. Sadly, because everybody has off school, the people that work at TC also can't open the building for us, but we want to offer the awesome programs that they have. So we're going to be hosting it instead on the Friday, the 16th. La Crosse School District is out that day. And I know a good handful of parents called their kids out of school for this awesome program last year, too. So if you need help writing a note to your school on the benefits of them taking the day off to do our Merit Badge Day, let us know. We're going to be doing 3 different merit badges that they're focusing on with the facilities that they have here: robotics, engineering, and electronics. You can kind of see a little sneak peek of that picture of some of the cool facilities that they have. Engineering specifically is going to start going into a lot of like manufacturing processes and assembly lines. So in that picture, you can see those like robot arms, and they're going to be learning how to program those kind of things and work with those. And yeah, it's gonna be a really cool time. The facility was really cool. And it's just gonna be a blast. It's a really awesome, and unique opportunity. They're also, gonna tell people about how what kind of other opportunities they have with those fields in the future too. Limited space on that one, so make sure you sign up as the registration is open as of today.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin. Okay, Klondike Derby is scheduled for January 24th, and I believe this year there's an overnight opportunity. We'll talk a little bit more about this in the Scouts BSA breakout, but just wanted to highlight the date for everyone here in the main session. Some other things coming up. There's a NRI basic shotgun shooting course coming up in January. That's out at Camp Decorah. Spring Merit Badge Day right now is planned for February 7th. I believe we're still working out details on location for that. There's a Wood Badge dinner coming up February 21st. And Kate mentioned the Winter Cub Camp later in February. So I'm sure we'll get more information about all of those events next month at Roundtable. So the date for that will be January 8th. That second Thursday. Remember, we are starting at 6:30 p.m. For the remainder of the year. And right now, we're planning on doing another in-person roundtable at that Merit Badge Day on February 7th. So stay tuned for more information about that. Also, a reminder of the roundtable incentive. We want all of our units to be getting here and getting the information, so you can get some free nights out at camp by attending roundtable. All right, and looking at my schedule, I see I did not update the times with our new times so that will be a change next month as well, as I'll get those correct. But we are going to go to breakouts, and remember, if you need help with your unit recharter, or you have members that are having trouble doing their membership renewals, stay on at 7:30. Come back to the main room, and you'll be able to get help with all of that. So